and welcome. This is going to be another astrology compatibility video, and I'm going to go where I left off, which is Capricorn and Leo. And it's an interesting combination. I did try to do this video earlier and had some Mercury retrograde complications. But what's interesting is when I went to talk about it, there was where I was at, there was a falcon and a crow dancing around in front of each other, like fighting and playing and fighting and playing. And then an eagle came in too. But the metaphor of a crow and a falcon playing together, it very much reminded me of Capricorn and Leo energy. And in a similar way, I also like to think of, I mean, Leo, we very easily relate it to a lion, right? Or lioness. And I don't think a lot of people really recognize, though, that Capricorn very much has the energy of like a snow leopard. And so when you mix Capricorn and Leo together, you often kind of get this like primal, predatorial kind of thing going on. And the funny thing is I think that Leos can often sense that a Capricorn would really like to be able to pretend to be the prey and would enjoy being chased, but we're also not that, like, we know better than to just allow the chase. And we're an earth sign, you know, we're goaty, we have horns. We're not just going to allow you to chase us just because you can. um, no, you must get consent and seek permission and things like that. And we would much rather walk away and go chew on a tin can, even if the adventure would be really, really fun, because we can tell that the fiery nature of Leo I mean, a really big fire can be created in that. And that's kind of what I think about when I think about the mixture between a Capricorn and a Leo. And remember, this isn't just sun signs. Watch the primer video that I did, because there's a lot more to look for. Sun sign is usually the last thing you want to look at in terms of compatibility. But that being said, Capricorn and Leo are often actually placed as a fairly good compatibility if there are other good elements in there and nothing, really like, oh my gosh, don't do it kind of thing. And part of it is because they both have a strong leadership ability. They both have an ability to kind of see how different pieces work amongst each other. But Capricorn is kind of the slow, lonely climb of self reliance, whereas Leo's energy is more about being in the group, but being an individual in the group, but more climbing in a social manner. But Capricorn is also the social architect of the zodiac, so there's a lot of similarities and a lot of dissimilarities. But typically, what you will see with Capricorn and Leo is that while there is a fierceness and a passion that they can share between each other, there is also a large amount of passion and fierceness that can come up in terms of misunderstandings, differences of opinion, different ideas about the beliefs of how the world works. And while Capricorn is kind of an interesting, colder energy that can kind of mellow Leo a little bit. It can also really frustrate Leo. Like, I've had a fair number of interactions with Leos that they're with fire energy, get a little reactive, especially when I might say no or have a difference of opinion. And I've noticed myself and other Capricorns are much more likely not to argue. There's not a big point in arguing, but sometimes in that act of just having that strong boundary can in and of itself upset somebody with strong Leo qualities. Um, because Leo is it's the rec room. It's like the older child of the zodiac too, like 8 to 11 ish. And so even as an adult, Leo, you can have that kind of bratty nature, which isn't always bad. I love some bratting myself. And Capricorns can also be equally bratty. I mean, come on, goat, hello. But therein is the complication. If you both have really good boundaries emotionally, not to take things personally, when to push, when to pull, things like that, you could have a really fun dynamic with that, especially if you're both mature enough to be able to combine like some business ventures in there, maybe even music and things like that. If you're not, though, it's likely to have a fiery start and a fiery finish. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there, too. If you'd like to add anything or you have any specific questions, let me know. These are just short starter videos. I'll do more as time goes on, but I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing.